Just before you start, Mr. Van Rijn, do you need pen and paper? No? Ms. Smith? No. I see Mr. Apollos has his pen and paper. Thank you.
So just a quick recap. This is the moments after the trial within the trial had ended and the judge had given his ruling, and now they are continuing straight back into the regular trial. And on the stand is the continuation of Captain Lombard's witness testimony, evidence in chief being led by the state. So the three accused 1, 2, and 3, Buta, Stefano, and Kelly, the judge asked them, okay, listen, I see Steffi, you don't have paper, you want paper and pen? He says, no, thank you. Kelly apparently has now abandoned what we called earlier, and by we, I mean people in the comment section during the lives, called her as the secretary. Is she trying to be a stenographer? Like Kelly was writing everything profusely. And she's taken an about turn, I would say, during the trial, within the trial, to not writing anything down. She has been team arms folded ever since. And now the judge comes back and offers pen and paper. And she says, no, thank you. I have nothing to write down, because that trial within the trial was a total messy show by these two, accused 1 and 2. So it seems Kelly kind of threw the towel. Let me know your thoughts. Why you think Kelly stopped taking notes all of a sudden? But guess who has taken up the pen and is going to be writing down notes? It is Buddha, after he learned how difficult it is on that witness stand, with no notes, with no recollection, and it will be interesting to see how long he will keep up this activity. So we have, Captain Lombard on the stand. So let's go back and continue listening on.
Thank you, my lord. Captain Lombard, it's been some time ago that you last sat there and testified in this matter, and I know that it was then the trial within a trial. So your evidence essentially took us up to the arrest, what happened thereafter, the first court appearance on the 7th of March last year. I need you to now explain to us what happened in the investigation thereafter.
Terwyl jy was nog 'n bietjie lank aan jou getuieboek gewees, jy het getuig nadat was jy verhoor binne verhoor. Kan u dan vir ons vertel van wat is gebeur met die ondersoek, die eerste keer wat hulle verskyn het in hof en daarvan af?
Just before you go there, could the accused hear the interpreter? Could the people at the back hear the interpreter?
I'll just speak then, try to speak a bit louder, my lord, then.
Thank you, Captain.
Vir die ondersoek, omdat ons al oor 'n lang tyd plaasgevind het ek notas gemaak soos dinge gebeur het. Kan ek van die notas net dat afgeleed word, die notas gebruik om u van te getuiges te lig?
My lord, because the investigation was so long and there are notes that I've made, with the permission of the court, may I read from those notes that I've made as the investigation has been going on?
Certainly, you're entitled to do that. If you use the notes to testify from, the defense will be entitled to also look at the notes. So you may proceed. Certainly. Thank you.
Thank you, my lord. I just wanted to say the captain came prepared, so he's actually made copies for defense counsel. May I ask that they be
Certainly.
provided a copy?
Ek gaan my laptop gebruik van hulle, net 1 of 2 kopies daarin gemaak.
If you need an extra copy to be made, do we have enough for the defense?
Ek dink daar's genoeg vir die defense. Hulle het net 1 of 2 te koop gemaak, maar ek wil vir u een gegee het. Bevolg.
So those notes will just be a guide for your evidence. I take it you've made a statement as well.
Oh,
you did.
My lord, in fact, his affidavit has already been admitted into evidence.
Yeah, no, but is this over and above that?
Yes, my lord. This is the investigation preceding, after the arrest and first court appearance. Excuse me.
Does anybody have an objection if I receive the notes as well? Mr. Armsa? Ms. Nkabai? Okay, no objection, then I'll take a copy as well.
As the court
just facilitate the following. Thank you, Warrant Officer.
Thank you, my lord. Let us just, before you continue from your notes, just to deal with the situation of the accused. We know that on the morning of the 5th of March, 4 people were in fact arrested and detained. It's the 3 accused before court, as well as Pumza Sikaka.
Voor u voorgaan om u te lees van u se notas af, ons weet daar was mense wat gearresteer was, het 4 mense beskuldig voor die hof en Pumza Sikaka.
Dat is reg, edele.
That's correct, my lord?
Plaats 3 van my notas, edele.
Oh, so you will deal with it?
Dis korrek.
All right.
That is on page 3 of my notes, my lord.
Then I won't interfere.
Die eerste verskyning was gewees op die 7de Maart 2024 te Vredenburg Landreshof,
The first appearance was on the 7th of March 2024 at Vredenburg Magistrate Court,
waar die 4 beskuldiges, die 3 voor die hof,
whereby 4 accused persons, my lord, the 3 in front of the court,
insluitend met Ms. Pumza, het voor die hof verskyn vir die eerste keer.
with Ms. Pumza, of which appeared for the first time in front of the court.
En hulle al 4 was toen in hegtenis gehou van die of verskyning af.
All of them were kept in custody from that appearance.
Die saak is toe uitgestel tot en met die volgende week, die 13de Maart 2024,
And the matter was postponed to the following week till the 30th of March 2024,
waar al 4 beskuldiges weer in die hof verskyn het.
whereby all 4 accused persons appeared in front of the court.
Op hierdie dag was die saak teen Pumza teruggetrek,
On this day, the matter was withdrawn against Pumza,
as ook later op hierdieselfde dag van die 13de edele,
as well later on the 13th of March, my lord.
het ons vir Lorentia Lombard as ook vir Ayanda onderhoud meegevoer die middag.
And also later in that afternoon, my lord, you also had an interview with Ms. Lorentia Lombard and Ayanda Lidoni.
Na die afloop en die voltooiing van die onderhoud met Lorentia Lombard het ons toe vir haar besluit om aan te hou.
And after we are done with the interview with Ms. Lorentia Lombard, we decided that she must be kept in.
Wat 2 dae later, die 15de Maart 2024, is die verklaring van Lorentia Lombard afgeneem deur kaptein Celia.
Later on, my lord, on the 15th of March 2024, the statement of Ms. Lorentia Lombard was taken by Captain Celia.
That's Exhibit 1.
As the court pleases, my lord.
As ook op na dieselfde dag was sy geproseseer vir haar eerste verskyning in die hof, wat toe gewees het die maandag, die 18de Maart 2024, te Vredenburg Landreshof.
And also, my lord, later on, and then she was processed so that she can appear in court, my lord, and that was on the 18th of March 2024.
Op die 18de Maart het sy alleen in die hof verskyn daardie oggend,
On the 18th of March, she appeared alone in court.
en sy is ook deur die hof toen in hegtenis aangehou.
She was also kept in custody. She appeared at Vredenburg Magistrate Court, my lord.
En eerder wat toegevolg het was gewone uitstelle in die hof.
And what happened is that the normal postponements in court,
Wat toe gebeur het in die verskyning in September, het meneer Smeda en sy kliënt Lorentia Lombard die staat genader en aan ons gesê dat Lorentia Lombard wil met die staat werk soos aan ons gesels.
and what happened, my lord, in September, advocate, although Mr. Smith approached the prosecution or approached us and said that him and his client want to have a talk with the state.
Just repeat what you said.
Lorentia Lombard wil saam die staat werk soos aan ons gesels.
Saam met die staat werk.
Ja.
I think
Wants to use cooperation and work with the state.
Thank you.
And that was Mr. Smeda.
Dis reg eerlik.
That's correct, so my lord.
Omdat meneer Smeda ook op record gewees het vir 1 of 2 van die ander verdagtes, moes hy toe onttrek en advokaat Eben van Tonder was aangestel om met Lorentia verder by te staan as die regsverteenwoordiger.
Because Mr. Smith was also appearing for one of the accused persons, my lord, then he had to withdraw, and then that's when Mr. Van Tonder was then appointed to go further, work further with Ms. Lorentia Lombard.
Because we heard in the trial within a trial that Mr. Smeda also represented Mr. Apollos.
Dat kan reg wees.
Ons het ook gehoor in die verhoor binne verhoor dat meneer Smith het ook verstaan van meneer Apollos. The candy soap is correct.
Nadat meneer Van Tonder aangestel is, het hy toe uitgereik na ons toe en ons het toe van ons kant af gereël dat Lorentia Lombard uit die gevangenis geboek is. Dit was op 2 aparte weke dat sy kan consulteer met meneer Eben van Tonder.
After that, my lord, we made arrangements that Ms. Lorentia Lombard to book out so that she can have a consultation with Advocate Van Tonder. And it was 2 weeks apart.
Na die voltooiing van die onderhoud tussen meneer Van Tonder en Lorentia, het hy ons verwittig dat alles gereed en dat hulle gereed is om saam met ons onderhoud te voer.
After done with the consultation or interview with Mr. Van Tonder, and then Mr. Van Tonder approached us, my lord, and said that they're ready to have a word or to cooperate with the state.
Dit het toe die onderhoud tussen my, meneer Van Tonder en Lourentia het toe begin.
And that's when the interview between myself and Mr. Van Tonder and Ms. Lorentia Lombard started.
Dit was eers in persoon waar ons drie saam gewees het
It was first in person where all three of us were together,
en het opgevolg met onderhoude waar Lourentia in Woeste gevangenis gewees het,
and it continued whereby Ms. Lorentia Lombard was at Worcester female prison,
waar meneer Van Tonder vir ons gejoin het via Teams.
and where Mr. Van Tonder joined us via Teams.
So na elke onderhoud wat ons gevoer het, ons het stap vir stap geneem, het ek my notas ook aan meneer Van Tonder gegee dat hy dit kan verifieer of ek die regte inhoud neergeskryf het.
And every time or after every interview that I had, my lord, and then I will send my notes to Mr. Van Tonder to verify that I've written or to verify the notes, my lord, as we've spoken.
So met die voltooiing van al die onderhoude is die finale verklaring tot opgetrek en ek het dit aan meneer Van Tonder gestuur.
After finalizing the interviews, my lord, and with the statement as well, I sent it to Mr. Van Tonder,
Wat hy toe met sy kliënt bespreek het en dat hulle toe geonderteken het op die 21ste Oktober 2024.
which they've consulted with his client, my lord, and then it was signed, and which it was done on the 21st of October 2024.
Just one moment.
Ms. Lombard, is it correct that you have indicated to a legal representative that you are abandoning your right to apply for bail at this stage? The matter is postponed then to the 13th of May 2024 for further investigation, and your co-accused to be present in court. You will be in custody until then.
So I've seen all your comments from the previous video with regard to Makaleni. I made a mistake with that and I apologize, okay? Makalima. The reason I'm repeating her name is because, hello, Makalima is Mzansi Unfiltered, who is allegedly Ayanda's sister. And then some of you were asking, why hasn't Makalima and Ayanda been brought to the stand? Well, we hear here Captain Lombard explaining how everything went down. It was first the 4 accused, and the 4 accused being Mzansi Unfiltered, being accused number 4, but her charges were dropped very, very early on the 13th of March 2024. And we also heard, I posted that video I think yesterday, where Mzansi Unfiltered is now a hostile state witness. And I just saw a comment right now, somebody asking, what does devout mean? It means when you do your statement, okay? When you do your witness statement, they tell you to raise your hand and vow that everything you've written is the truth, nothing but the truth, and you say, yes, everything is true, I vow it's true. So you're vowing. Any kind of vow that you take in a court of law is taken very, very seriously. So right now, what Pumza has done by devowing, she's saying, no, I don't stand by everything I said in that statement. So she's retracting her statement. And because of that, the state could not bring her to the stand because they don't know what she's going to say. They have no control over what she's going to say. And don't forget, she was arrested and then charges dropped. And according to her, she was tortured. So it's not a make-sure relationship. So it was high risk for the state to bring her forward. How does that work when it comes to justice for JOSHLIN? The state took the decision. The state would rather have a strong case. I'm trying to find the right words to say this. Would rather have a strong case to convict the 3, which is Apollos, Van Ryn, and also Kelly. Unfortunately, they haven't found JOSHLIN. And unfortunately, the case is not, it's so hard for me to say this, is not about finding JOSHLIN, but about serving justice, or should I say punishing the people who led to her disappearance. I think that's what I needed to clarify and clean up here. Has the search for JOSHLIN ended? No, it has not. But the trial is about these people I can't even believe that her mother is part of these people who were involved in her disappearance and them paying for their actions in her disappearance. So let me know your thoughts with regards to that. But back to Captain Lombard and what he testifies. He goes on to say, yes, the three who are currently before court plus Upumza Skaka had been charged, and on the 13th of March 2024 the state dropped all charges against Upumza, aka Makalima. Okay, and then from in that same day they brought in who? Lorentia Lombard and her boyfriend Ayanda Litoni. Those who haven't been following the case really well, Ayanda Litoni is the one who owned the car wash that was where Buddha also worked sometimes, for some quick change. And as well, Ayanda is the father to Laurentia's 2 children, I think it is. Lorentia has 4 children, but she has 2 children with Ayanda. She presently doesn't have her children. She is the Section 204 witness. She's a state witness under witness protection. Ayanda she doesn't know where he is. And it's alleged, according to some comments, that Ayanda is in witness protection, or should I say in a safe house, provided by the DA, allegedly. Okay? Hope that catches you up. Now, when the SAPs interviewed Lourentia and Ayanda was kept in for further questioning, and Ayanda was let go. I know. Very strange logic there. So when they kept Lourentia, this is where in court you heard Lourentia say she doesn't know when she was arrested, because at the time she didn't even know she was arrested. She had no clue she was arrested. And you know what? When I'm listening to Captain Lombard, he kind of backs up what she's saying, because he doesn't say we arrested her after the interview on the 13th of March. He just says we kept her. That's all he says. And then, and maybe that is also lost in translation with the interpreter. I don't know, but the interpreter says we kept her. And then Captain Lombard goes on to say on the 15th of March 2024, that's when they took the statement from Lorentia Lombard, and that's when she was then processed. So between the 13th, the 14th, and the 15th, Lorentia wasn't quite arrested. She was just there inside Pagati within, which technically is not lawful. But you know what? We'll talk about that in a separate video. They now had to arrest her so that they could process her so that she could appear in court. Why? Because there's that 48-hour rule. They had taken her from the 13th, the 14th, and now it was the 15th. She wasn't processed, she wasn't arrested, no rights were read to her. They had to do something, because otherwise they were now infringing on her constitutional rights. Hope that makes sense. And then from then on, she then appeared in court on the 18th of March 2024, and she appeared in court alone. And after that, she was kept in custody. And that's the little clip I played for you here, where she says, I'm not applying for bail. The people out there, they want to kill me. Okay, I'm safer here inside the court. And then it's a little bit hazy. There's no further breakdown of what happens between the 18th of March 2024 all the way until September. So let's just do some counting here. So in the month of March, April, May, June, July, August, September, a good 6 months. A good 6 months Rand sat in that cell, and suddenly, Jiggy, she says, you know what, I'm ready to cooperate with the state. Why after 6 months? Why only in that time frame? The sad part about this is she could have cooperated earlier, and that could have helped, finding JOSHLIN, in my opinion. I think, why took her 6 months to get to this turnaround point in her life, where she decided now she wanted to participate and cooperate with the state. I don't know if Judge Nathan's also going to take that into consideration, but for me, that's a red flag. Then after that, they contact the lawyers, they get them in, they do the interview with Captain Lombard, and her statement is finally written. Her statement where she becomes a state witness is finally written and signed on the 21st of October 2024. So that's pretty much the story of Lourentia, how she became a state witness, Ayanda, how he never was arrested or ever came to the stand, and also how Upumza went from being arrested to state witness to not coming to the stand at all. So it will be interesting to see how the judge is going to rule this week. So I wanted to share this recap with you guys and just hear your thoughts on it. So that's it from me today. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. If you've made it this far in the video, you absolutely have my heart. Please remember to share this video as well to the last 3 people you texted so that they too can be kept abreast, okay, with what is happening with the JOSHLIN Smith case. Now, we are still in search for JOSHLIN Smith. So please remember to type in the comment section, where is JOSHLIN Smith? Just stand for JOSHLIN Smith. And that is, of course, if you agree with that statement. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I end this video here. Thanks for watching. I will catch you on my next upload. You already know I'll interact with you in the comment section down below. Bye.